Well, good morning to you and good morning to our viewers. Indeed, we are just counting minutes to the judgment. But just to elaborate further on how other political parties are feeling about today, I am joined by the COPE president, Mr. Lekota. Sir, can you kindly share with us, today is the day. Where does the congregation, where does COPE stand as we speak right now? How do you feel about today?
Well, as you know, we are co-respondents in this application, and we are optimistic that the court will rule that the Speaker, in order to fully protect members of the National Assembly, has the discretion to decide to use secret ballot or not, where it is necessary, whether it is for 1, 2, or 3 members of Parliament that might feel that they would not be able to vote with a clear conscience, and if such appealed to her, she would be obliged to use, or she must have the right to use the secret ballot to protect such members of the National Assembly.
Well, now it has been said repeatedly that the Constitution does not give provisions of how the vote of no confidence, the voting should be conducted, whether secret ballot or by a show of hands, or whichever mode that the Parliament or the Speaker might decide as to it should be used. Now, did you perhaps consider that this could perhaps have a constitutional effect? If so, do you think that there should be a provision in the Constitution that stipulates how the President is removed, as it stipulates how the President is voted in?
No, the Constitution is absolutely sufficient as it is. There's no need to amend the Constitution in any way. It's a question of interpreting, and it's a question of interpreting the rights of the Speaker. To what extent can the Speaker protect the members of Parliament to vote with their consciences and guided by their understanding of the situation, and not to be subject to any coercion? The right, as a matter of fact, the right of secret ballot is granted to all citizens of this country, because every time we go to elections, all of us vote by secret ballot. So there can be no question of taking it away from anybody, and it can't be taken away from us, members of Parliament, after we have been elected. It cannot be taken away from us at any time. So if we ask for it and we need it, the discretion must be with the Speaker to see to it that we are protected and enabled to vote in keeping with our consciences and our judgment.
Now, as you have correctly said, that it should be at the Speaker's discretion. Now, if I understand you correctly, Mr. Lekota, you're saying that the Speaker can agree or she cannot agree to the secret ballots. Now, what would happen now should the judgment not come in your favor as the respondents as well as the UDM to this case?
Well, look, that would mean that members of the National Assembly cannot enjoy their rights as enshrined in the Constitution. I think it's Section 58. It would mean, therefore, that members of Parliament are not protected to enjoy full democratic rights in Parliament. So there would be more democracy on the streets of the nation and no democracy in Parliament.
Do you perhaps feel that parliamentary rules should run or should go concurrently with the Constitution directly?
The rules, the parliamentary rules can never supersede the Constitution. There is simply no act by anybody that can supersede the Constitution. The Constitution is a supreme law of our country, and anything that is in conflict with it is null and void.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that was Mr. Lekota, the Congress of the People president, just explaining to us that as the Congress of the People, they don't feel that the Constitution should be changed. However, this is a matter of principle. This is a matter where everyone should be able to exercise their rights fully and freely, not having to go through or under threats or being threatened as to should you vote against your party, then you will have a problem at the end of the day. But as I've said earlier on, that we are just counting minutes to the judgment. All political parties and everyone that is present here at court are just going inside the court to hear the judgment of the Constitutional Court, whether the Speaker would be granted discretion to decide on whether this vote of no confidence will be done in a secret ballot or any other form that she might decide on.
Well, thank you so much for that update yet again, Nomosa. That was AN7 reporter Nomosa Pongola joining us live from the Constitutional Court, unpacking more details on the judgment which will be handed by the Constitutional Court in just a few minutes from now on the secret ballot case.